Jeffrey drops out of the dating market. There's no good women. They'll divorce you and take all your money. They all want to Tyrone and Chad instead. Younger Hamza never thought about the quality of girls he was attracting, and so he ended up dating girls who weren't good for him, girls who slowed down his self-improvements, girls who he couldn't trust, girls who were in the degenerate party lifestyle. Adonis does not settle for mediocre women. He meets high-quality women in the areas that they hang out, and because of this, Adonis gets to enjoy beautiful relationships. If you don't put any intention into finding a high-quality girl, you're in for some pain. And you could say, oh, Hamza, I don't want to date right now. I don't want a girlfriend right now. That's fine. But it would be valuable for you to have this knowledge just so you can be on the lookout. Because when I was younger, I didn't do that. I'm going to say probably the most common thing that all self-improvement fitness YouTubers say, which is, I used to be pretty awkward in high school and college. And so I never really dated much back then. Obviously, like I wanted to. Obviously, I was still attracted to girls and stuff, but I never really did much. So eventually I found the red pill. I got into fitness. I started doing the aesthetic body transformation. That got me some attention. And when I went to university at 19 years old, that's when I fully started like hooking up with girls and dating. Now, the problem was that I actually didn't want to get into a relationship. I wanted to stay single. And I literally just wanted to I'm not gonna lie. And so I'd be going to nightclubs, I'd be actively using Tinder. So imagine this, right? I'm a 19, 20 years old guy. For the first time in my life, I'm getting some attention from girls. I'm looking good, I've got a little six-pack, I'm going to clubs and everything, I'm going to parties. The girls are flirting with me and everything, I'm bringing these girls back, I'm literally like pounding the out of them. So life was good. And the issue was that the girls that I was meeting from these places, just like I was as well, were all low quality. It's a low quality place to be. I know that's probably not what you've wanted to hear because you got so excited when I just started saying, I used to these girls. But the truth is, like, the casual sex lifestyle brings instant gratification Jeffries to it, like people who you don't actually want to be around. And I became one of those people. And the issue was that I am more prone to relationships. I am a relationship kind of guy. I've only really clarified this recently, but I've known it just forever. So I'd be hooking up with these girls, got this whore in front of me, and I start getting feelings for her. And you can probably tell how that went. So the girls that I have dated previously have always just been these sort of like party hookup girls. All of the girls I've previously dated have been girls who I hooked up with first and then started dating because I got feelings for them. And there's a sentence that I've said a few times, and I know a bunch of you guys who've experienced this type of casual sex lifestyle can relate to. It's a curse. Like, getting feelings for girls like this literally feels like a curse. Like, you feel like you're like you don't want to go down that hole. And that's what I experienced for a long time. And I think the worst case scenario is that I never had trust for any single one of these girls. I was constantly overthinking that they were cheating. I was constantly overthinking that they were just like in parties, just like sucking dick. Because I know what goes, bro, I'm the guy who's getting his dick sucked in the party. I know what goes on in these parties. How many times I have to like tell these degenerate stories to you boys? One key of MD, bro. One key of MD. It's like, okay, it's a drug, right? It's MDMA. It's like ecstasy. The whole bag is 20 to 30 pounds. One key's probably going to be literally like £2. You can get your dick sucked for £2, boys. And those are the girls that I was dating, bro. We'd actually have a good time, and that's the warning message that I want to leave you guys with, that just having a good time with a girl is not the prerequisite for a relation. Like I thought it was. I thought if there was a girl that I'd been sleeping with, I'm sleeping with I was that guy, right? Let's be honest, boys. Your boy's kind of sexy. I'd be sleeping with a couple of girls at one point. So I, like, in the same week, I'll sleep with about 3 to 4 girls. I'd have like a rotation of at least 2 at one given point, and they would always be like my favorite girl through all of them, who was the best sexually, but then also was just like the most fun to be around, and we'd do stuff together. And I thought that the reason this one girl stuck out, I thought, okay, that's the girlfriend material. I'd start getting closer to her. She's the one that I'm like calling up and everything. And so I'd end up dating that girl because I thought that just spending time together, like good time together, having a sick time together, was what you'd get into a relationship for. I'd never once considered things like values and traits and hobbies. So I've spent a lot of time on this, and I can conclude that the way to attract a high quality girl is to become a high quality man. I'm not going to leave you without telling you exactly, it's nice for me to, become a high quality man. I'm going to tell you exactly like the autistic level steps, like the journaling stuff, everything you need to know, practical advice. To attract a high quality girl and to become a high quality man, it must start with introspectiveness. The reason why you fail so far, the reason why you're not like considered a very high quality man, is because you follow followed the advice of YouTubers and red pillars, and they've said, okay, lift weights and do a business and find your purpose. It's like they've done the introspective work for you, but it doesn't work like that. You need to like deep dive into your brain. So we will go through that, but right now just do a quick one. Just be introspective and think about your traits and your behaviors. And so here is exactly how to figure out the standards of the girl that you potentially would want to date seriously. Everything I wrote down like manifested into existence, and you'll see what I mean, right? So the question to ask yourself is just simply, what is my ideal girl like? Start with some appearances if you want. That's quite basic. I didn't even do this, by the way, but the modern world does heavily place like value on appearances, and it's the Love Island of they're like, oh, what's your type? What's your type? Like, if you've got like a very specific type, fair enough. But I would argue most guys, although we have a preference, most guys are more like binary. Like, if we're attracted to her, we're happy with it. What matters more for like a high quality girl isn't just if she fits a very specific like fetish that we have. It's more so like her personality traits. That's what matters more. And so that's what we're going to write about. What is my ideal girl like? I want you to deep dive into your thoughts. Even if you think it's a bit unrealistic, just be completely open and write down your ideas. What's her traits? What's her values and her behaviors? What's like the things that come to mind straight away? Like, you've probably already got a couple coming to mind. So if I was getting asked this question, one of the first things I would say is like, not a whore. Let's just be honest. I've been in the party lifestyle. I've been in like the degenerate lifestyle. I've been like taking drugs. I've been like fucking girls in like student bathrooms, and I've been dating girls like that. And all I can say is like, don't go there, bro. That's fun to like have fun in, but don't date a girl like that. Common sense in it, but younger Hamza didn't really have much common sense. So write down specific things that just come to mind, and then also write down what you consider are red and green flags. And I might do a full like red and green flags video where I'll explain them. If you want to see that, like, comment below. And my assistant, yeah, I've got an assistant now, boys. My assistant will like let me know if like loads of people comment about it. So on this page right now, you have literally exactly what you want in a girl. You have now done this practice, which we in marketing we call the dream customer analysis. This is like your dream customer. This is like the thing that you want, right? Now we're gonna flip the script, and on the next page write down, what does my ideal girl want? You've literally just wrote about your ideal girl. You wrote about what, all the traits that you can think of. You've like put it down. This is like build a bitch workshop. Now think about it from her perspective, and you have to really use empathy here. Don't just think about what she should have. Think that you are her. Like, become a bitch for a second. Oh, let's not being offensive, bro. High quality girls are like that. Become like that ideal woman for a second. Live her life, experience her pain and her pleasure, experience everything that you can think of right now. Now think about what she wants in a man. The same things. What personality is she looking for? What type of like attractive traits is she looking for? The hobbies, values, everything. Just by doing this one practice, you've pretty much destroyed the black pill, because the black pill is this idea that women only want like genetic attractiveness. Like, if you don't have like a certain like eyelid shape or something, you're right? Low quality women, like average-ish women, sometimes they're attractive, sometimes they are like physically attractive, but these are like TikTok girls. Like, if you want to attract them, you're probably like a degenerate, and I used to be a degenerate too, so I'm not gonna blame you for it, but I'm just gonna like highlight quickly before we move on that there's like way bigger, you can delay gratification for a bigger reward. Like, trying to attract like low quality women who are just kind of cute or hot or whatever puts you down this path of thinking like, okay, I need to become a TikToker, I need to have like this certain style. When you have just done this practice right now to think, okay, what is a high quality girl? What is like the catch that you want? The catch, like the high quality girl. And although you probably could write some things about attractiveness, you probably want a guy who's like this and this and this. Chances are you probably wrote a lot more personality traits. And if we ask the girl to write this down, she'll write a lot more personality traits too. Because looks are very important. I will never say that they're not important, but for a relationship, your sort of compatibility as partners and as friends is probably equally as important. Like, looks get your foot in the door for the date, for the match, for the number. The date, the match, the number, you're gonna have hundreds of those in your life anyway. What actually gets you from that like level 0, level 1 to like level 5, where you're loving each other and she's like a compliment to your life, is that you both vibe so well with your personalities. You both have like very like emotionally mature personalities that complement each other. Because I'm willing to bet that with your ideal girl, you didn't write, oh, she's a TikTok whore. She shakes her ass on TikTok. So now on this page, you wrote down what the ideal, like, high quality girl is looking for. Those are now your goals. Now I know that straight away you might be getting scared. Wait, Hamza, like that means you're setting goals based on what women want. Generally, that's a bad thing. But when you are basing your goals off what high quality women want, those are always, let's be honest, fantastic goals to set anyway. Because think about it, a high quality woman will want a gentleman. She'll want a guy who's athletic. She'll want a a guy who's masculine, who sets challenges. She wants a guy who's financially well off. Those are fantastic. Like, those are the goals to set for yourself either way. Yes, in the modern world, like the red pillars and all the alpha males who are gonna say this, like, you know, I'm like really making some mistakes here. Like, everyone's gonna say, wait, Hamza, we don't do things for women. I don't lift for women. Shut the fuck up, bro. Like, just some guys get motivated with this idea of like, oh, I'm asexual. I don't do things for women, but I make hundreds of videos for women. Like, I watch all these videos for women. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. I'm tired of all these motherfuckers who are just lying online, or mostly these red pill motherfuckers who are like, oh, don't do things for women. Whatever. My videos aren't for them. We as men are motivated by women. We're inspired by women. And if you're too much of a little bitch to admit that, and you've got this idea of like, oh, me no want women, but me watch videos about women every day, then you're a little bitch. So setting these kinds of goals is a win-win, because not only does it make you into the man who you probably want to be anyway, and it gets you the resources of the modern world, like the traits that the high quality women, not the low quality, the low quality little trashy girls on TikTok or in parties, they simply just want a guy who's got like a jawline. They want a guy who's in the party scene. They want a guy who's a DJ or some bullshit, right? These high quality girls, these like family oriented, probably religious girls, they want guys who essentially you should have wanted to be like anyway. And so it's a win-win, because one, it's going to set you up for just the personal success of a life, but two, it's also going to make you more eligible to attract the higher quality girls. The best benefit that I have personally found right now is that this pursuit has actually made me less attractive to those party girls. Like the party, low quality, degenerate TikTok type of girls. They are attracted to the party, low quality, degenerate TikTok type of guys. And so those girls who take ketamine and coke will be attracted to those guys who take ketamine and coke and they make like TikToks and stuff. Fine. Like, trash can stay with trash. When you start to purposely align your life to attract high quality women, it is truly a win-win. So with these goals, you now have the roadmap to attract a high quality woman. When I did this practice, I wrote everything that, you know, my ideal woman looks like in all of her traits, and I wrote down like the differences that I would have to be, which was like, I would have to step away from the casual sex scene. I would be way less active on dating apps, and on dating apps especially, I would actually transform my profile from being just a total degenerate boy, which would get most matches, to more of like a relationship worthy profile where I actually talk about like my interests, my hobbies, and click on this video to learn more now. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.